Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, I would like to begin by sending our condolences to the families of the 14 members of the South African National Defence Force who recently lost their lives in the DRC. We cannot continue to refer to them through a number because they've got names. We salute Staff Sergeant William Edikola. We salute Staff Sergeant Molatley Ishmael Molatley. We salute Staff Sergeant Swatani Theophilus Seepe, Corporal Matumi Justice Malesa, Corporal Renae Namavulani, Lance Bombardier Itumeleng McDonald Moreo, Lance Corporal Zeke Moffat Molapo, Lance Corporal Metsi Stensley Rashishi, Rifleman Svatani Richard Chokwe, Rifleman Derek Maluleke, Rifleman Tsidiso Andres Mabele, Rifleman Calvin Louis Moari, Rifleman Muketi Joseph Mowe, Private Peter Jacobus Strido. The reckless deployment of South African troops in the DRC under the South African Development Community SADC mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo, SAMI DRC, which began in December 2023, was presented to us as a peacekeeping effort. However, the truth is that our soldiers are not there to maintain peace. They are engaged in a direct combat, fighting against the highly armed and strategically superior M23 rebels who are supported by the reckless president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame. Our government has deliberately misled the people. The reality is that our soldiers are fighting an enemy that has better weaponry, better resources, and better intelligence. While the rebels possess advanced military equipment, our soldiers are sent to battle without drones, without fighter jets, and without critical military assets. They are left vulnerable, fighting a war they cannot win, all because of the failures of this government. The recent M23 offensive on Goma has highlighted significant shortcomings in the South African National Defence Force deployment. Intelligence failures were evident as the SANDF lacked timely and accurate information to anticipate the M23 movements, leaving our forces unprepared for the assault. Coordination between the South African National Defence Force, regional allies, and the Congolese military was inadequate, leading to a fragmented response and over-reliance on local forces that quickly collapsed under pressure. The SANDF response can also be criticized for its sluggishness, allowing M23 to seize strategic positions before effective action was taken. Political considerations were often overshadowed military necessities, limiting our forces' effectiveness. Leadership on the ground also failed to provide clear directives, resulting in disorganized retreats and unprepared casualties. These issues culminated in tragic losses. For over a decade, we have watched as the South African National Defence Force has been systematically weakened. Budget cuts have crippled our military ability to function effectively. Aircrafts and helicopters that should provide air cover for our troops are grounded due to lack of maintenance. The government has neglected its duty to ensure that our soldiers are adequately prepared and equipped for combat. This is despite the fact that this deployment has cost our government 2.3 billion since it began. But it does not end there. The defense sector has been ravished by corruption. Officials at Denel have looted and mismanaged funds, selling South Africa's defense technology to foreign entities. This is nothing short of treason. At the same time, the Department of Defense has wasted over 250 million outsourcing IT services while ignoring existing in-house capabilities. This is a blatant theft of state resources, and it is our soldiers who pay the price. We must be clear. The deployment of our troops in the DRC is not about achieving peace. It is about sacrificing our soldiers for war that has no end inside. This government continue to send them to die in foreign land, and when they do, their bodies are not even repatriated with the dignity they deserve. We are still waiting for the bodies, even after the Chief of Defense said the bodies will come the following day. The South African National Defence Force soldiers who passed away in the last few weeks have still not arrived home, with several delays being blamed, which is unacceptable. The families of these fallen soldiers are left waiting, grieving and struggling for answers. Our troops be brought home immediately. We cannot allow more lives to be lost in a senseless conflict while corrupt politicians continue to loot and mismanage our defense resources. Bring them back home now. This past weekend, South Africa participated in a joint SADC and East African Community Summit in Tanzania to discuss DRC crisis. We agree that there must be ceasefire, and we agree that the chiefs of the military must come together to create a clear passage of the ceasefire. Re role now baetapele ba ANC le rekisitse bana ba rena le re tsegisha ka matekere. Thank you.